Well, the fight for paid sick leave in San Antonio takes a big step forward. Advocates today announced they have collected more than enough signatures to put an ordinance on the November ballot requiring local employers to provide paid sick time. Eyewitness News reporter Addie Guajardo has more.
Working Texans for paid sick time advocates and supporters gathered on the steps of City Hall to announce a successful campaign.
We collected 144,344 signatures.
That's more than enough signatures to put paid sick time on the November ballot. A big step forward for families like Maribel Esquivel, who joined the fight and know firsthand the difficult choice families face. Her last job didn't offer paid sick leave.
My daughter was diagnosed with bone marrow disease, and it was by far one of the hardest things that I had to go through. Every single day, having that doubt in my mind is she okay? What's going on? Is she gonna make it?
Currently, there are no state or federal laws requiring paid sick time.
How many of you are in jobs that don't have paid sick time?
According to Institute for Women's Policy Research.org, approximately 39% of workers in San Antonio do not have paid sick leave.
One day less that I could put money into my household.
One box at a time, supporters line boxes filled with signatures to present to the city clerk.
It's a beautiful day for workers in San Antonio!
The city clerk's office will review the signatures and determine if the 10% was met. If so, voters will have a final word in November's election.
We all deserve to have that peace of mind of sick time.
Addie Guajardo, KENS 5, Eyewitness News.